Guys, we finally have gotten there. It is draft day. I wanted to make one last quick video analyzing the current trends in the first round. The first round kicking off in about 9, maybe 8 hours at 8 o'clock Eastern tonight. I'm going to talk about all of the top 32 overall picks. I will be coming out with full grades after the draft on Saturday for every single team. I'll be doing my full draft grades, but let's get right into it. Number 1 overall pick. What are the Jacksonville Jaguars doing? Oh my God. So I thought maybe they go Ikem Ekwonu. If I was the Jaguars, I would pick Ikem Ekwonu, but they end up extending Cam Robinson to a 3-year deal. It just simply doesn't make sense to me. Cam Robinson is a mediocre tackle. I guess he's a decent right tackle, but Travon Walker, it's like I'm almost already considering giving the Jaguars an F grade for their 2022 draft before we've even had the 2022 draft, because it is looking like they're going to be drafting Travon Walker. That is the popular pick right now. Again, that goes along with the whole idea. They're trending away from Aiden Hutchinson, although some people think that's a smokescreen. I think it is legitimate. I think they're seriously going to take Travon Walker, which would be a horrible pick. And in 3 or 4 years down the line, when Travon Walker isn't doing much in the NFL, I think Jaguar fans are going to be very, very upset. This is a guy who completely disappeared from several big games. They would be drafting him based off of his measurables, based off of his potential, and I think it's one of these picks that's just such an obvious bust. I'm almost considering giving Jacksonville an F at this point, no matter what they do, with the 33rd overall pick, the 66th overall pick, whatever the third round pick is. It'd just be such a catastrophic bad pick. If I was Jacksonville, I would not have extended Cam Robinson, and I would have drafted Ikem Ekwonu number 1 overall and made him my left tackle in hopes of him becoming a franchise left tackle. But it does look like they're taking Travon Walker. I'm on record already saying Travon Walker is going to be a massive bust. It's all already out there, guys. We'll have to see if they do. If they do draft him, I will give the grade an F, because it's a horrible pick. Number 2, if Aiden Hutchinson is there at number 2, there is not a bigger lock in terms of this NFL draft. Aiden Hutchinson, the hometown hero from Michigan, the Detroit Lions 1000% will pick him at number 2 overall. I think everyone is agreement. If this is not a smokescreen and Travon Walker actually goes in front of Aiden Hutchinson, the Lions sitting there at number 2 will draft Aiden Hutchinson. Gets kind of interesting. You can see the popularity it goes down from 60% for the first 2 picks to just 34% of the mock drafts having Ikem Ekwonu at number 3 overall. I think right now Ikem Ekwonu is the favorite to go number 3 overall. If I was Houston, I would really aggressively look to trade this pick away, which I'm guessing they've done. This is one of those drafts, though, where a team's not going to give up a ton to move up. They're probably going to have to just settle for Aiden Hutchinson. I guess I'm just confused with Houston and what their overall plans are. Like, you're clearly rebuilding. You're clearly tanking for next year so you can get either CJ Stroud or Bryce Young. Why is Laramie Tunsil still on the team? Why is Brandon Cooks being signed to a 2-year extension? Trade these guys, fully embrace the tank. It's like these teams are so lukewarm. If you want to tank the right way, you got to fully embrace it. Brandon Cooks should be traded for a 2nd or 3rd round pick. Laramie Tunsil should be traded. Eat some of his contract if you have to. It's not like you're using the salary cap space. Your starting quarterback is Davis Mills. You're obviously going to tank and try and get either, Bryce Young or CJ Stroud next year. So this, if I was a Houston fan, I would be happy with Ikem Ekwonu number 3 overall, but I would love to trade back a little bit and get more assets. But if you're going to have to take someone, this is a franchise type left tackle to build your team around. That would be a solid pick. Now we've got the New York Jets, and wow, Kayvon Thibodeau being mocked number 4 overall to the Jets. I've heard mainly the Giants about where Kayvon Thibodeau could fall. He could go at number 7 overall to the Giants. I've heard a lot of Ahmad Gardner at number 4 overall. Look out for Ahmad Gardner to the Jets at number 4. I think that'd be a fine pick personally. You know, Ahmad Gardner is clearly a stud, so I would look at him potentially going off the board there. Evan Neal. Seems like the Giants are probably going to pick him. I've seen a lot of mock drafts with Evan Neal going number 5. That's one of their, 2 first-round picks. Number 6 overall, I got to be honest with you guys. If I'm a Carolina Panthers fan, I am pissed at my front office. The Carolina Panthers have done such a terrible job. They've got the number 6 overall pick, and they're not picking again until 137. And if they take Charles Cross, that is an all-time horrible draft. Although you can see, nobody really knows what they're going to do. This one, very little agreed upon that it's going to be Charles Cross. We've heard rumors of potentially Malik Willis or Kenny Pickett at number 6. Maybe Malik Willis, although if I was Carolina, I would look to trade back into the first round and then try and get Malik Willis. Because you need to get capital. You need to get another second rounder. You need to get a third rounder. You need to get someone. 7 overall, they have Ahmad Gardner going here. I believe Ahmad Gardner will probably already be off the board at this point. I think they go Thibodeau at number 7. The Giants do. But that would be a great haul for the Giants. Evan Neal and Ahmad Gardner. Number 8, Garrett Wilson. I could 1,000% see this. This is very realistic. Garrett Wilson being the number 1 receiver off the board. He's my number 3 overall player on my big board. He's a superstar. I love him, and that would be a really good pick for the Falcons, who are tanking this year, and then you draft a quarterback next year to pair with Garrett Wilson. You need weapons badly. They lost Russell Gage. They had the situation happen with Calvin Ridley. They do have Kyle Pitts. Could you imagine Kyle Pitts and Garrett Wilson, and then you get a good young quarterback next year? That's a great young nucleus for the Atlanta Falcons. Number 9, this one could go anyway. The guy I've heard at number 9, I'm just throwing it out there, is Charles Cross, if he's there at number 9. There was you can do bets on where you think a player is going to get drafted, and the Charles Cross over-under, the last time I saw it was like 6.5. I'm very confident Charles Cross is going to be, drafted later than 6.5 personally. Jermaine Johnson is another one. I think he'll fall. They've got him 9% agreement at number 9, so really the Seahawks could do a number of different things. We really don't know. Drake London, the favorite at number 10. I've heard Jameson Williams. The Jets apparently love Jameson Williams. I'm not saying they're going to take him, but when you look at their wide receiver room, it would probably make more sense for them to take Jameson Williams because they already have a big-bodied wide receiver in Corey Davis. That might scare them off a little bit from Drake London. Of course, maybe Garrett Wilson falls to number 10 and they pick him. That would be, you've got Corey Davis, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore. Very interesting if you're the Jets, although we know the Jets need to draft a receiver. They want to draft a receiver badly. They want to get more help to Zach Wilson. Number 11, Kyle Hamilton. Very safe pick if you're the Commanders. If he falls to you, Kyle Hamilton's a top 5, top 6 overall type player. He is a safety. My NFL comparison is Justin Simmons. That's a good pick. Trent McDuffie. I don't see Trent McDuffie going this high at all personally. Maybe he might go to the Eagles with one of their 2 first-round picks, but that's simply too high. Jameson Williams, no way. I don't think there's much of a chance Houston takes Jameson Williams at number 13. You can see only 8%. I think Jameson Williams is off the board earlier than this. Jordan Davis, 48% of mock drafts currently projecting Jordan Davis to Baltimore. It's a little bit of a reach for me. I've said my piece on Jordan Davis. I think he has motor problems. Anytime a team is in the 2-minute drill, he's going to be completely taken out of the game, considering he is a big boy and, he tends to get tired pretty quickly. Chris Olave, number 15, only 7% agreement. Yeah, Chris Olave is going to go somewhere mid-first round, anywhere from I would say 13 to 18, somewhere in between there. Trevor Penning at number 16. A lot of people are predicting Trevor Penning to go off the board higher than expected, and I agree. I really like Trevor Penning. To the Saints, I don't see him getting picked by the Saints, but I do see him going within the top 16 picks. Devontae Wyatt at number 17. This is another type of position. If Jordan Davis is available, we could see Jordan Davis, the other defensive tackle from Georgia, going here. I do have Devontae Wyatt ranked higher than Jordan Davis. I think he's going to be a better disruptor when it comes to overall pressure rate in the NFL, although Jordan Davis is a physical freak. Devin Lloyd at number 18. I feel like Devin Lloyd's going to fall. This has been a popular position for him to Philadelphia. Kenny Pickett at number 19 and Malik Willis at number 20. So the two quarterbacks, my guess is the Steelers are not going to want to risk this. If Kenny Pickett is there at number 16, I see the Steelers making sure they get their man. Or excuse me, if Malik Willis, I think the Steelers want Malik Willis. If Malik Willis is there at pick number 16, I think the Steelers might trade up, because you're not going to go into the offseason with just Mitch Trubisky. It's clear they got Mitch Trubisky with the thought that they're going to draft a young quarterback and bring him along, with Mitch Trubisky. They might have a little preseason quarterback competition, but Malik Willis to the Steelers, Kenny Pickett to New Orleans. I don't know what New Orleans is going to do, if they'll go quarterback. They do need a quarterback. I mean, you take a look at their roster. They've obviously got no franchise-type QB. Zion Johnson at number 21. That's a little high for Zion. A little high. I think he's a good guard, but that's a bit high. Treylon Burks, don't like it. But again, if Aaron Rodgers wants it, they'll go ahead and take him. I've been on record saying I think Treylon Burks is a bust in the NFL. I think he's Corey Davis 2.0. That actually has 41% agreement, so there are a lot of people predicting Treylon Burks to the Packers with one, the Packers have 2 first-round picks. George Karlaftis at number 23, great value. There's been some talk that George Karlaftis could get lost in the fray. He could fall. This would be great value for Arizona at number 23. There's also been talk of Arizona maybe taking a receiver in the first round if someone is there. Kenyon Green at number 24. This one doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I've never been very high on Kenyon Green. If you're talking about a guard prospect, Cole Strange in the second or third round is way better value than Kenyon Green in the first. So if I was Dallas, I would not like this pick. Breece, oh my goodness, I'm gonna get a boner here. Breece Hall at number 25. This is what I want the Bills to do so bad. I want Breece Hall to go in the first round. Breece Hall is a beast. He's Nick Chubb 2.0, maybe a little bigger than Nick Chubb 2, and just as fast. Beast, please. Pair Breece Hall with Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen. That offense will be unstoppable. You need a bell cow running back in that weather. Take some of the pressure off Josh Allen. Devin Singletary, Zach Moss are not good enough. Breece Hall to Buffalo. Could you imagine where he would go in fantasy drafts if they commit to him as their number 1 running back? He would be almost a first-round pick in fantasy drafts. He'd be a first-round pick. Oh, Tyler Smith at 26. Don't like it. I'm concerned about Tyler Smith. He's a massive project. This could be Isaiah Wilson 2.0 for the Titans when it comes to drafting offensive linemen. Yikes. Lewis Cine at number 27. Look at all these picks. 11% chance, 9% agreement. All these bottom of the first round picks, they're all crapshoots. So Lewis Cine, he might go towards the end of the first. He could go to a team like Green Bay, to a team like Kansas City. They have Kansas City taking Jihad Dotson and Boye Mafe. I do not think that is a good haul at all. They've got Daxton Hill going to Michigan. That is the type of player I could see. Or they've got Daxton Hill going to Green Bay, That is the exact type of player I could see Green Bay taking. He fits their system. Tyler Linderbaugh, what unbelievable value. And what a job by the Bengals this would be. Get yourself a franchise center at number 31. I love it. And then, guys, there's just such a disconnect. I'm just going to go ahead and say this right now. Wow, George Pickens at 30. Could this haul for the Detroit Lions, you go Nakobe Dean, and then Friday night you go back and you get George Pickens? Wow, that would be amazing. There is some questions about George Pickens, but my whole thing with Nakobe Dean, I think he's the safest, best prospect in this entire draft. He's currently being mocked at 32. I don't understand it. I'm going to say this right now. You've seen Nakobe Dean at number 32. You see Travon Walker at number 1. Nakobe Dean will have a better, more impactful NFL career than Travon Walker. Mark it down, folks. I'm saying it. It is draft day. We're about 7 hours away. Nakobe Dean, I guarantee 1,000%, will have a better, more impactful. He'll make more Pro Bowls than Travon Walker. That's not even a question. I have no clue what Jacksonville is doing if they go through with that Travon Walker pick, if it's not just a smoke screen, because we know Aiden Hutchinson had been the rumored number 1 overall pick for so long. I'm not going to go through the second round just because, the second round I can do it tomorrow, I guess. But you can see David Ojabo falling to the second round. People would be interested in him. Kyler Gordon. Breece Hall was already picked. Wow. Travis Jones to the Browns. Amazing value for the Cleveland Browns if they got that. Sky Moore, I don't like. Matt. Okay, now this is... I'm glad I did this. Look at this. You've got the Seattle Seahawks back-to-back picks. Dueling quarterbacks. This is not a mock draft. This is just, this is like the consensus rankings of which players appear in which spot the most in the mock drafts, if that makes sense. I'm like saying it and I don't even think it makes sense, but it's like, I'm trying to explain. It's the consensus on where experts think these players are going. Like, most people at this point think Travon Walker is going number 1. Most people think Aiden Hutchinson is going number 2. That's what this is. Like, Thibodeau, I see going to the Giants. Evan Neal, I think the Giants draft Evan Neal and Thibodeau. I think the Jets draft at number 4, Ahmad Gardner, and at number 10, either Jameson Williams or Garrett Wilson. It does have them with Drake London. I don't think they take him. At number 9, I think Charles Cross goes. At number 6, if I'm Carolina, I would love to trade back. Charles Cross, yikes, at number 6 if you're Carolina. You got to feel for him. But guys, I just wanted to do this last video for the 2022 first round. Tomorrow, we'll go through the second and third round. Which players fell? Which teams hit home runs? Which teams struck out in the first round? It's going to be an absolutely huge night for both the New York teams. 2 picks in the top 10. Will they trade out of those picks? Will they take players? We will have to see. Also, the Detroit Lions, I believe, have 2 first-round picks. They've got, the 32nd. They've got the Rams' first-round pick, and then they've got their second overall pick. They will very likely take Aiden Hutchinson. Could you imagine the Detroit Lions, Aiden Hutchinson, Nakobe Dean, and George Pickens? Wow. That would be an A+. That's an A+. Oh my goodness. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. That link's always in the description. Everyone enjoy the draft tonight. It's going to be something, isn't it? Make sure you're following me on Twitter. I already said that. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.